All right. Now we are live on YouTube. We are very close to jumping into Boot.dev. Let me make sure I'm live on YouTube because sometimes that messes up. So we are going to be going over or just continuing our adventure through Boot.dev. And yeah, that's do that every time I stream, so it's pretty obvious at this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and post in Discord. If you guys have web dev questions, blockers about becoming a web dev, feel free to ask in chat. Happy to have a discussion. You guys are welcome to backseat code. I just won't look at the chat while I'm trying to solve something because that sucks the fun out of it for me. Then I'll just look at chat once I do solve it. That's pretty much it. I might start putting like rules in the descriptions. I don't know. This will evolve into something else because we're going to be doing this for a very long time. So let me go ahead and post in announcements. All right. Let's go. Live notification squad, publish. Okay. We are good to go. Twitch is good. YouTube's good. Yep, everything's good. Cool. Wait, did I? Okay, there we go. I can see chat now. Delal. Wait, Lila. Welcome. How you doing? How's it going? Also, really good discussion yesterday. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like discussions like that. I'm okay if the work that I'm doing with Boot.dev gets delayed a little bit. I know other people enjoyed the discussions. I enjoyed them. So we'll probably have a lot of that. I got to think about like if I want to like go more into detail with the timestamps in terms of past broadcasts, but also just updating everyone of like useless information. I am really tired today, and I'm hoping this is the last day that I'm tired. I'm kind of just doing like a massive reset with my sleep because I was waking up too late, and I'm starting to lessen caffeine quite a bit. Take no caffeine for streams whatsoever, videos. So I'm looking forward to next week. I think I should feel fresh, should feel good, and I'm working out heavy. Everything's going good. So I mentioned this in the Discord as well, but we are going to, or I am going to do workout streams. So I've been saying this for a while. Like I keep saying it. I'm going to do workout streams. I'm going to do workout streams. And, but I really think it's going to happen this time. Probably going to start them and try them out in February and maybe very early March. I don't have an exact date, but I do want to say, like, I really do want to do those. Like I said, as I'm changing my lifestyle, I think you guys are going to be very, very surprised at how different I really am than I've been the past 5 years. Very different. I think it's going to shock some people, and in fact, I think some people are going to leave the community because of it. I think some people are going to join because of it. But yeah, I'm flushing out every bad habit. So anyways, with all that said, I don't know who listens to my intros if you're watching the past broadcast, but we are going to jump into Boot.dev. Let's dive into the first problem. All right, so vendor. Fantasy Quest players want a way to track what items they purchase from the vendor, how much it costs, and what they still need to purchase from their tracked items list. Complete the calculate total function. Items purchased. A list of the names of items purchased. This is the list of strings. And then a list of the names of items the player has pinned and wanted to purchase. This is also a list of strings. I do see chat flowing again. I will get to it after this challenge. Well, I shouldn't say flowing. I see one message, but I can't read. It's like I purposefully make it super small so I can't read it on the screen, but I do see when people type in chat. And then I with the Mac mouse motion, I sweep my main chat windows to the side so I can't see them. Okay. Function should return 3 values in this order. Unpurchased items. So we have to essentially... Wait, what is pin list? A list of the names of the items the player has pinned and wanted to purchase. Okay. So we have to essentially... this says... Let me move some stuff. Give myself more room. All right, so loop, I'm just going to put these instead of writing the syntax. So loop through pinned list and see and create new array of items create new array of items in pinned list, but not items purchased. These are the items that we still need for unpurchased. Okay. Receipt, a dictionary containing all the items a player purchased. A dictionary. Okay, do we have an array? A list, okay. So we just, okay. In the same order that they originally appeared in pin lists. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's easy. A dictionary containing all the items the player purchased, even stuff not on their pin list. Okay. The keys are the item names and the values. Okay, so essentially just receipt, loop through per turn items purchased list into object. So we're going to have a list of purchased items, and we just got to match it up with items prices. We got to put, okay, that's fine. And then total, the total cost of all the items that were purchased. Okay, so total. Total cost of, okay, so just loop through items purchased and sum up total. So we're doing 2 loops. We're looping through once a pinned list, and we're matching. We're essentially like extracting out from pin list. And then that new array that we're creating, what are we returning? Are we returning a list of names? Okay. I mean, like, I don't know if it's going to be encouraged to use like slice or something like that to extract it out, or splice. I don't even remember what Python has. But I think I'm just going to build up a new array. So we have unpurchased items. Well, we could just do a value, can't we? This is what we could do with arrays, like for item in pinned list. Let me just test. Yeah, okay, cool. And by the way, Of course, I have music on Twitch, no music on YouTube. So you can pick your poison. I do need to add music to my current playlist, though. Okay. For item and pin list, what are we doing? We are creating a new array. Append. That's what I'm thinking of. And so with this, no. If item, well, if items purchased, again, this errors out, does it not? I gotta test that. If items purchased item exists, or does not, well, yeah, unpurchased. We went through this yesterday. I mean, you could check for an integer of type. Is that a thing? Checking types. No, I should check for value. Let me look. Hold on. Let me just refresh. Dictionaries. Python dictionaries. Key existence. Oh, shit, yes. Right. So, item in. Dude, that's so... Man, again, there's some of Python syntax that is so clean. Cleaner than JavaScript. Okay, so if item in items purchased. Wait, items purchased is a list. Boo. Forgetting syntax. I mean, oh. How do we search an array in Python? Do we have that option? Contains. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. Yo, let's get, dude, that's so clean. What the hell? What the fuck, JavaScript? I feel like I've just been in a weird bubble this whole time. All right, so if item in items purchased, then we append in the unpurchased items. And then print unpurchased items. Okay, we have some. We'll test it when we return it. So now we loop through items purchased for item in items purchased. What did I say we were going to do? Turn items purchased into an object. Okay, with the values. And then we're also going to loop through the items purchased and sum up the total. Receipt. It's just a, okay, so yeah, dictionary. All right. Receipt equals, and then item equals item prices item. And then we also want to sum up the total. Total plus equals item price, and then we return unpurchased items, receipt, and total. Let's just try it out. Failed. All right, let's see where we failed. Okay. Okay, just the first one. We failed the first one, I think. So list of all the item names in pin list that were found in items purchased. So we're appending the opposite. If, how do I say like not in? Like this would make it so much easier. Like I don't have an undefined to go off of, right? Like if the item doesn't exist. How do I negate this? I feel like I'm just like overthinking this. I could do like an else and put it in the else, but I don't want to do that. Like, how do I just say item not in items purchase? Is there something native? Not in? Oh, really? Okay, not in. That is perfect. All right, pass. Submit. Let's go. All right, I wasn't too bad. Let's go to sets. Olive Oil Pizza, what's up, man? What's up on YouTube? Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. Let me put up a pinned comment. So do you have a plan? As in like what I'm gonna do in 2025, or in regards to like working out, or like plan for what exactly? What do you mean? Phil. About workout. Yeah. I want to be in the best shape, essentially. Like I had goals in college, and I wanted to start competing in bodybuilding. I don't think I want to compete in bodybuilding, but I think I want to focus on more of an athletic uh, goal going into the future. I still like, like playing sports. Obviously nothing like super competitive, but like I like just meeting up with people and, playing a little football or playing soccer or something like that. And I feel like I could take that. I would have a lot of fun with that because I want to get back into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I don't know if I'm going to get back into boxing just because at this age, I don't know if I want to bash my brains around. But like, I just want to start doing stuff like CrossFit and stuff like that. These are all things that I started aiming towards earlier on in my years. And even in Chicago that like, I kind of just let go. So I think I haven't even achieved anywhere close to my peak anywhere in my entire life. And I want to see what I can achieve. It's kind of just like a test of what I can do. So obviously start small, and I'm going to be trying to build that up over this year. But I got to think about like what kind of workouts I want to do that'll help me do anything that I want to do, if that makes sense. I tried rock climbing. I loved rock climbing. I would like to climb a mountain. I know this is all like very far-fetched stuff, but I kind of just want to get into general shape to be able to do anything I want to do. And push myself with that. And that's it. Like, that's my goal. So how that's going to turn into how I'm training myself, I don't know. I'll kind of like change things as I go along. But yeah, that's my goal. But I would like to at least start lifting on stream because I have a home gym. Why not? I have a heavy bag. I don't use the heavy bag that much. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to get back into boxing. I don't know if I'll take that heavy bag down. But I used it yesterday. I don't know. We'll see. Just in general, just going to work out a hell of a lot more. That's my plan. Sets are like lists, but they are unordered and they guarantee uniqueness. Only one of each value can be in a set. Cool. Okay, so class set. Add values, fruits. Add pair print fruits. Because the empty bracket, curly brace, syntax creates an empty dictionary to create an empty set, you need to use a set function. Okay. Iterate over values in a set. Order is not guaranteed. Okay. Complete the remove duplicates function. It should take a list of spells that a player has learned and return a new list where there is at most one of each title. You can accomplish this in at least two ways. Iteration, set conversion. Convert the list to a set. Should we do both? It makes no sense to learn a spell twice. Once it's learned forever. So should we just do 2 times? Good for you. Thank you. Do you work out at all, Olive? Kenzik QB, how you doing, man? How's it going? Hello from New Zealand. Thanks for all of your content. Always super helpful and interesting. You are welcome, Vitesh. You are welcome. Thanks for joining. Get a lot of people outside the US. I always wonder how much of my advice for developers carries over outside of the US. I've seen ads for Boot.dev. Is it fun? Yeah, I think it's fun. If you're like kind of an MMO RPG kind of, or just an RPG kind of guy, I think it's kind of fun. It's unique. It's different. I like different. Yeah, I think it's fun. And I think you get the interactivity for free. I could be wrong. Like, correct me, but for a little bit at first, and then it costs. But I do know if you want to go over the material, it's free to go over the material. Like, give that a try without paying a dime. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. And I like the community. I think, you know what? I think the biggest thing about Boot.dev, I like the community around it. I like the people in it. I vibe with the people in it. And I'm I am just completely open to new programming communities at this point, because I feel like I've kind of been in an echo chamber for a while, especially in the JavaScript world and in the React world. There's a very broad world out there in programming with a lot of different types of communities that I feel like I have just not given a chance. And I'm starting to do that as well. But that's how I discovered the Boot.dev community a bit more as I've looked into it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited to try. I love to code, but have trouble keeping my interest in games. Oh, okay. So you don't like games. I don't think that's a bad thing. But I don't know if it translates to this. That's a really good, try a month out. I don't know if they offer a refund policy. I think they do. But again, I feel like I need to verify these things. Excuse me. I eat really quickly right before a stream all the time. I gotta slow it down. I don't know. Try it out. See if they offer a refund policy first, and then try it out. I love the idea of video games, and I love the visuals and making games. Oh, okay, very cool. Very cool. I get bored or feel the grind too easily. Maybe you just need more challenging games that aren't grindy, that are just challenging, right? That aren't challenging for the sake of you wouldn't want to play World of Warcraft because it's way too grindy and it's not that challenging. You know what I mean? Good. Was up late last night learning functions. They still confuse me. Oh, do they? JavaScript functions or Python functions? Yeah, functions are kind of hard to get down. You could do a lot of different things with functions and, just take it. Python. Okay, gotcha. Well, if you have any questions about them, feel free to ask. Try to answer. But give yourself time with it for sure. I used to, but for the last year, I never wanted to go back to the gym. Okay, I want to work out my resolution this year, but without going to the gym. Okay, so how are you going to do that? Do you have a home gym, or why don't you want to go back to the gym? Thanks, I'll try. Oh wait, is backend, and what's up, Zoobook? And by the way, you guys are welcome to ask questions in chat. Is backend development harder or more stressful than front end? I just want to have a nice job that pays decent, has less stress as possible. I don't think whether you choose front end or back end is going to be more stress. I think there are other factors in the type of position that you accept, like the team that you're going to be on, the manager you're going to be working with, the product you're going to be on. I think that's more influential of the stress you have, and depending on what even triggers stress in you. So if you're looking for the easiest route, you are probably going to fail. Straight up, you are probably going to fail. What I would aim for is to look for a route that you really enjoy and you code in and you like solving those problems. You will most likely succeed if you follow through with that route. So I think you have a very broken mindset in approaching front end or back end, and I think it's going to cause you to fail. I know, right? I played WoW and it was beautiful, but boring. See, I like the grind, but I grinded when I was young. And so it's nostalgic. I like WoW Classic. I don't like WoW Retail that much. But I like WoW Classic because it's nostalgic. And because every gear that you earn feels like a big upgrade. And you have to earn it. You can't just buy it and just speed through it. Not feeling it anymore? Okay, so does that mean you're going to the gym this year? Okay, so iteration, create a set to track spells that have been seen, create a list to store the unique spells, iterate over the list. What is spells? Should take a list of spells that the player has learned, return a list. Okay, so we just get a list. Create a set that tracks spells that have been seen. How do I know? Okay, so we're looking for duplicates. Can't we just try to add it to a set and have it reject automatically? Like, why? Like, this is what I want to do. Like, if we're learning sets, can we not just do that? And then we return... Okay. So we can't return a set, essentially. Are we just creating an array? Like, what's the point of... Okay. What path do you want me to do, I guess? Let me just look. Iteration, create a set to track spells that have been seen. Create a list to store the unique spells. Iterate over the list. If the spell is not in the set, add it to the set and the list. If the spell is not in the set, why are you... Do you mean in the list? Hold on. Create a set to track spells that have been seen. If the spell is not in the set, add it to the set... I'm confused by that. No one tell me the answer. I'm going to respond to chat, though. No backseating. Fuck. I had to look at chat. I only saw half the message. All right. That's my fault. I shouldn't have looked at chat. I told you guys you could backseat code. That is my fault. Thankfully, I didn't read the full message. All right. I'll wait to look at chat. Let's see. Complete the remove duplicates function. It should take a list of spells that a player has learned and return a... I'm actually going to get rid of the words. My mouse isn't working. Okay. Cool. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. Go to a non-lyric song. All right. So, complete the remove duplicates function. Should take a list of spells that a player has learned and return a new list where there is at most one of each title. You can accomplish this in two ways. I don't know. Like I just cast it to a dictionary and then create an array out of it, in my opinion. And there is at most one of each title. You can accomplish this in two ways. Create a set to track spells that have been seen. Create a list to store the unique spells. So are we just tracking spells that have been seen, put it into a list? Or sorry, put it into a set? Or no, translate it into a list. Iterate over the list. If the spell is not in the set, add it to the... Return a list. Why does this feel complicated? Convert the list to a set. Convert the set back. Yeah, just do this. Like, why are we doing all this? Wait, you say convert the list to a set. Is there a special type of syntax to do that? Or are we just doing it like this? Because this is the route I was going. But I'm going to see if there are any unique... syntax that we have. Okay. Unique list, append... No. Name uniques is not defined. Unique set. Okay, submit. All right. Yeah, you're good, SC Jones. I that was completely my fault. I shouldn't have looked at chat because I like saw like the first couple of or first few you said you can recast. I'm like, oh nope, that's my fault. Shouldn't have looked at chat because I know how you guys like to backseat code. Yeah, WoW Classic was fun to explore. Didn't know what I was doing. Would ride that ship in the sky and get lost, murdered by tigers. Oh, you went to Stranglethorn? Dude, I did that. I think you're talking about Stranglethorn. And you started with Horde because you had the Zeppelin. And you went to Stranglethorn. I remember going there and I dropped off and I saw like level 30 something raptors and like I'm like, "Oh shit." And that was like that almost was a defining moment for me in World of Warcraft, where it like I was just kind of a teenager or preteen at the time, and I was like kind of like I felt anxious. I'm like I don't want to move. How do I get out of here? And I think I just harked out. I was so scared. Even though I dropped right by the town, I didn't even know that. I just booked it. And then I returned to that area with all my gear and all my armor. My sword. No, daggers, because I was a rogue. And then I finally killed those raptors. I'm telling you, that was a defining moment. Those are the moments that make me nostalgic about WoW. Sets are unique, so if an item is already in the set, it cannot be added twice. Yeah, correct. That's what we were doing here already. You recast a set as a list. When you say recast a set as a list, without doing this, you're talking about something else. So let's, I'm assuming you're talking about something else. So convert to a set. So what, do you want to explain how to recast it into a list? Is there a unique piece of syntax? Level 50 or something? I'm like level 2. Yep, that's how it goes. Those are good moments, man. You go right to the graveyard. You have no idea, Olive? Okay. I would figure that out then. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to ask a question, if that makes sense. Like I can't ask a question about functions because I don't understand what I don't understand. That makes sense. Okay. Take a time, go through a structured course. You'll get there, man. What's the difference between add and append? I don't know. In Python? I don't know. Adds a single element. Single element to it. Oh, add is, oh yeah. Okay, so I was thinking there was like an add for lists. But an add for a set is to basically, it's like append. I don't think there's an append for set. I think add, you know, it does a little bit more, make sure it's unique, but I don't know if there's an append for a set. But I used append for a list and add for a set. Oh, this is cool. Just logged in. Kind of reminds me of the projects in Free Code Camp. I'll be honest. I think Free Code Camp's UX is just shitty. I think it's a horrible experience. That's great. Like, if it reminds you of that, cool. I don't think this is like Free Code Camp at all. I think this makes you think a little bit more. I used to like promote Free Code Camp all the time. I think it's a shitty ass experience. I do. Like the mission's cool, but it's just a bad experience. I think a lot of people just like will prop up things because they're free. I did that. I remember with coding boot camps, like you would get coding boot camps that would like cater to veterans, and those veterans would be they'd be very charitable in their reviews towards that program because the culture that was built up supports veterans. You would do that with like social issues, with like very progressive types, and where coding boot camps will like try to serve the community and do diversity. I don't want to say hiring, but like just basically filter people out that weren't the right color of skin, to be quite frank. And if that appeals to you, then like those students would be very charitable to that coding bootcamp. Just like if you don't have a lot of money and you're like getting free resources, it's really easy to appreciate that you essentially can get free education and someone is actually offering this. I do think sometimes with free resources, people are more charitable than they should be. Now, I know not everyone will agree with that, but like at the end of the day, your time is worth something. And a lot of people don't realize that. Even if you're not making money, your time is worth something. And the fact that you don't realize that is probably why you're stuck where you are. But you're spending time with that free resource. And if it's not setting you up for success like other paid resources will, for cheaper than what you're worth, like their price is cheaper than what you are essentially expending out with the free resources, then it doesn't serve you like you think it does. I think people need to kind of shake up their perspective of free resources in that regard. That doesn't mean there aren't good quality free resources that are well structured. But if you are someone, and you got to be honest with yourself, that is just favorable towards resources just because you're free, you are fucking yourself over. You probably are, and you don't even realize it. I'm already a second-year computer science student, and I can't go back. You can't go back, huh? I don't really enjoy solving problems through... though, will I survive this field with my mental health remaining normal? Why can't you go back? And what problems don't you like solving? Yeah, it's true. I like that free code camp taught me some basics, some React and JS. I already had a CS degree when I started using it. Oh, okay, gotcha. So a lot of people start with free code camp, and it is going to be a bit of a different experience than probably having some fundamental knowledge with a CS degree. Maybe not ideal for folks who don't get the background. Or yeah, like you can kind of piece it together, but like even for you, like I would argue free code camp probably holds your hand too much coming out of a computer. Like exposing you to the concepts and how they work and how whatever you're learning, the framework works or whatever, or learning syntax, I think can be kind of helpful. I don't think it does a good job in the structure and reinforcing those concepts. I'm still bad at React and JS though, so did it do its job? That's a question asked. It's cool that they expose you to that, but you're probably, if you have to supplement a lot to be able to get good with what you've just learned, I'm not just talking about project work. You always have to do project work, but if you feel like it kind of just give you some exposure and didn't really get you very far, then maybe the problem is the curriculum. Maybe it is. All right, let's go. Ba-ba-bum. Sets quiz. Sets are like lists, but they are unordered and they guarantee uniqueness. Only one of each value can be in a set. Okay, iterate over value. Okay, how do I remove an item? Remove. Dot remove. Sets quiz. Sets are like lists, but they are, okay, same text. What is the type of my value in the following statement? My value equals... dictionary. Which would be a good use of a set? Okay, to store all possible spells in a game. To store ID? What does this mean? I don't know what this means. What? Store ID, arrow, user pairs? So you're talking about like an ID for the key? And the user... like the user something for the value? I don't think this is as clear as you think it is. To store all enemies in a game by difficulty? No, just spells. We have what's up, Derek? We have so many ways to learn now, so that means everyone has that access now. That's great, but we still have to stand out, yeah. So looking for even better is pretty smart. Yeah. A lot of people go through free code camp. Like, and maybe, this is kind of a, I don't know, you can think about it in a couple ways. Like if we just simplify that, or I guess things that come to my mind, if almost everyone and their mother is going through free code camp and keeps promoting it, like you're all learning the same thing. So yes, you're not standing out at all. If you're the average person going through free code camp, and especially if you're just using that to just build projects, you probably haven't built a really good foundation. And if you built any bit of a foundation, it's very templated towards what everyone else is learning. So that's to favor your approach, Sheriff, because I know you're extremely unique in every individual, and that's kind of the type of mentorship that you really push. But I don't mind free code camp. Like, I honestly think it's completely fine for everyone to complete free code camp. I still think there's potential in becoming very unique as long as we continue to pressure people to like kind of find that path afterwards. I think the problem is it's not that you started with free code camp. And I know a lot of you know this, but there are people that don't. You need to, like, this path is really long. It's really long. And there are still people that push free code camp, just learn free code camp, you can get a job, and that path is much longer. And we have to expand past that. We have to. I've heard I'm weird. You're unique, Derek. You're unique. I think free code camp is a great way to see if you're... Yes, I agree with that 100%. And yes, free code camp is a really good... Dude, hold on. I'm so tired. I'm not using words incorrectly. I'm just looking them up. I'm going to... Never mind. I'm not going to use that word. Anyways, yeah, it's a good filter for you. It's a good test to see if you like it. Free resources are really good tests to see if you like it. Honestly, I think you should be able to go through a bad course that is free. And if you are turned off from programming because of that, it's not the course's fault. It just isn't. Like 99% of the time, like you might not have as of an enjoyable time. You might not reinforce concepts enough. But if you don't come out with like having any sort of fun with what you've learned or what you've built, like even if it's a shitty free resource or just a shitty resource in general, and you quit there and then, I don't think software engineering is for you. I think you have to have some bit of patience. And if you are resourceful enough and you really appreciate learning for the sake of learning, you've already gone through the steps to go through shitty resources. You know there are shitty resources out there, and you have to have the patience for yourself to entrust a process that, like, I'm going to try a few different resources and see if this is for me. So I like the idea of people starting with free resources, no matter how bad I think they are. If you just exit out after that, it's meant to be. As long as you see it as a tool, not a thing you just follow and complete. Yes. I really like it as a test though. It's a good take. Yeah, I agree. I always feel bad gatekeeping, but like if you hate coding and complain every time you do it, like, dog, I don't know how to help you. Yeah, I mean, I got more comfortable with that over time. But I used to think that everyone just needed their hand held to a certain point to finally enjoy it. Until I did that with thousands of people coming through, like, to my meetup, or it's like one-on-ones with Zooms, and I just realized, like, I almost put the test in front of them to see if they're going to push past that test. Because a lot of the people that need coddled through and need, you know, like, they just kind of need, like, pulled through even to a certain point. a lot of those people I found just give up eventually. It doesn't matter how much you coddle them. As soon as you, like, it's almost like a personality trait or something, but as soon as you start coddling or stop that and things get rough, they quit. And the more you coddle them, the further or the longer it takes for them to realize that they need to develop grit and resourcefulness on their own, and they got to trudge through that mud. And I think there is a problem in trying to sugarcoat as much as we do in the programming industry. People complain because they aren't good. Over time, you will get better and you can build useful applications. Yes. It's not for, if it's, not for you if you don't stick with it during the hard times. Yes, 100%. Yeah, it makes sense. I guess I have trouble relating because I've liked coding whether I was garbage at it or not. Maybe we don't need to overcomplicate it past that. We're trying to appeal to every single personality type and stage of like development and like stage of like being a student and being a good learner, stage of like, we're trying to appeal to every single person, and we're not truly nurturing the type of people that are going to be good with programming. We're trying to like convince them, like, again, it goes back to like trying to coddle them all the time and like completely cover their eyes of all the negative aspects of programming in the software engineering world. It's like, I don't think it's helping as many people as we think it is. It's frustrating or challenging, but that's part of the fun. It is. I've worked with a lot of developers that don't enjoy it that much, but can do it well and make good money. You probably worked with some developers that are wasting their time. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you don't, this is just my philosophy. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, get the fuck out of it. Why in the world are you spending 8+ hours a day for 40 years wasting your life? Like, our life is so fucking short. Like, do you have that low of a bar for yourself to just do something you're not really passionate about? Like, how depressing of a life is that? Those are the people that like work to live type of people, right? Where it feels like work because it is work. They're in the wrong area. And that sometimes it's just like they've been doing it for a while. But what a fucking depressing ass life to live. To just go through day in and day out, wasting your life away at a job like you're good at, but you don't really like. Like, that is so depressing that people limit themselves like that. But what you're saying is grit, and I get what you're saying. But that's a really depressing life. Like, that's sad. Some of my old projects are so hilariously bad, but I still look back at it fondly because I've learned so much and enjoyed the journey. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Dude, my old projects are public. The newer ones aren't, but my old projects are public. Like, go look at them. Go laugh at them if you want. I think we all definitely have those. Forcing them to learn how to be vulnerable and allow themselves to just sit there and not know and to get those aha moments is hard but important. It is. It is. Yeah, there was even just like thinking about coding boot camps, I did appreciate the coding boot camps that would let people struggle. The problem is that when you pay a lot of money for something like that, you have an expectation of the student to like get your value. But students had this misconception that the value that they were paying for was instructor mentorship. But it looked a certain way where the instructor was like by their side and helping them when they needed help, when that was actually hurting them. I remember like there were a lot of students that went through very expensive programs that had these expectations that would hurt themselves. And it was really hard to like show that like, no, these instructors are doing what they're supposed to do. And then I would like talk to instructors, and there are a lot of students that are they latch on very quickly. They become dependent. They're the same people that are become dependent on like having AI solve everything for them. They're the same people that are on Stack Overflow, having like just not even thinking through the problem before they go onto Stack Overflow. They're just trying to outsource their critical thinking. There are a lot of people that go into the software engineering industry like that. So it's not just like the coding bootcamp world, but that is you got to catch that in yourself, because that will only hurt you. But you need to let people just sit there, be uncomfortable, feel stupid, look stupid. Who gives a shit? It's like, just get through that moment. That's all you got to do. Get through that moment. Give it time. If you need to get up, get something to drink, great. Go do that. Come back. Go eat. Come back. Go work out. Come back. It's like late at night and you're stuck. You're frustrated. Cool. Wind down. Go watch some Netflix if like that gets your mind off of it, so you're not dreaming about it. Go to sleep. Wake up. Do it again. That's it. The automated tools are just hard to do that with. Yes, they are. It helps to have someone like really illustrate the right mindset. And that is the problem. If you're a self-taught developer, it's really hard to develop the right mindset. It's really hard because it's not just about knowing the right mindset. You can listen to me talk. You can listen to Derek talk. And, you know, we're trying to like share this mindset of being uncomfortable, giving it plenty of time for things to settle in, and understanding like you just got to get past those moments until you finally start getting those aha moments. We could say this, but a lot of people are like, they won't instill it, right? A lot of self-taught developers will not instill it in their brain, and they won't act on it. It won't become ingrained in their personality and how they tackle learning. That's why a lot of self-taught developers fail. The information is out there. The mindset is out there. People don't adapt it. It's really hard to integrate that in. 100% agree. I have such a hard time relating with some people who are in software because of the tech gold rush or whatever you want. They're starting to get filtered out. You're going to get some people that get through. There are always exceptions to the rule. And I clogged up the pipeline. I am genuinely pleased to see them getting filtered out. At this point, I want to see people that actually want to do it, that actually enjoy it, that are putting the fucking time, and they are developing the grit and the right habits, and they are struggling because it's competitive. I want to see those people succeed. The gold rush people, like, honestly, maybe it sounds harsh, like, get the fuck out of our industry. Like, you're just ruining it for everyone else. They will move to another field at some point. Yep. Okay, some went to cybersecurity sales. People work for money, and software engineer pays well, but they have hobbies and family, so they don't care. Again, that's still depressing, Bob. It's like, good, move to something that you enjoy, but you're still wasting 8 hours a day? Like, you have so little value on your life if you are wasting 8 hours a day doing something you don't want to do. Bob, that is still an extremely low standard to set for your life. That is sad. It truly, truly is sad. To work 40 years, 8 hours a day, doing shit you don't want to do. You are working to live so that you can enjoy the remaining hours to enjoy your life a bit. How sad is that? And that's what I'm talking about. It's like we have to set a way higher bar for ourselves. We have to value our life. I know you're talking about your coworkers. I know that, Bob. I know. I'm just saying, like, it's like I genuinely feel depressed for those people. And I've worked with those people too, Bob. I have. And it's just, they kind of like, I feel like I've talked to too many people that are older that had that same mindset, that develop regrets as they get into their 50s, as they get into their 60s, and especially 70s, where you just did it because you developed a habit, you got paid, and it just became a routine. And before you know it, you just wake up one day and you're like, where's my life gone? Well, 8 hours a day has gone to a shit-ass job that you were trying to escape from. That's sad. It's depressing. Yeah, I think most of my friends with jobs are like that, Bob. I almost feel like it's sort of rare these days to meet people with. I think it is rare. And it's frustrating that that's rare. And I want to talk about that more in my content. I think in 2025, there are 2 topics already that I'm pretty passionate about. One is like, you need to find some damn enjoyment in this profession. There's a lot of it. And if you still can't find it, like, dude, there's a lot of areas in tech, a lot of positions in tech. Maybe tech isn't even for you, right? You could do techie stuff in other professions, but like just focusing on tech, maybe that's not for you. I'm going to talk about that more, but also this great AI divide. And I actually posted, I posted on LinkedIn, but I'm actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pull it up right now. Fuck it. Let's do this. I want to hear what you guys think. We're getting nothing done today. We'll get something done, but I want to pull this up. Hold up. Where's my tweet? I just retweeted. Capture a screenshot. Here we go. Boom. Right here. All right. So in 5 years, you'll either be, I don't know web dev Cody, nothing against the guy. But this is a very, very simple version to represent what I think is going to be a big argument in software engineering for the next 2 to 3 years. In 5 years, you'll either be known as an old school developer who avoids using AI, or you'll just be known as a developer. When your manager starts questioning why that junior dev they hired is shipping more features than you, that'll be your wake-up call. The good news is that going from non-using AI to using AI is trivially easy. I say that right? Trivially. Yeah, whatever. Going from relying wholly on AI to working on something that you can't wrangle the AI into solving isn't. So this is the big argument, right? I think I want to create a video on this, but here's the problem with this. You're right. Cody is right. There is going to be a point where there is an expectation among product managers, among just leadership, to get the product out more quickly. This is a thing. And there's definitely going to be expectations that are pushed from non-engineering folks where they don't really understand the craft of software engineering and a lot of the problems that come when you do just focus on productivity and speed. There's still leadership to this day that really do not respect the push back against technical debt. But this is true. But this is also true. We're in a stage where AI is complete shit. It's not integrated in a way that's going to automate like a lot of people are expecting anytime soon. In fact, we continue, it keeps plateauing. And it keeps depending on user feedback, and it keeps becoming worse and worse because of it. We are so far away from this, where if your actions are utilizing AI to be productive all the time now, your skills are going to atrophy. Your problem-solving skills are going to atrophy. Your critical thinking skills are going to atrophy. Build those skills up, become a good software engineer, learn your craft, and be able to critically think and process all of this on your own now, because it is extremely trivial to then lean into AI. This is it's like, yes, this is true, and this is the direction we are heading at some point to some extent. But this is true now and in the near future. What do you guys think of that? Let me catch up with some of your chat messages, but if software engineering was paying $50K and high cost of living, only the people that enjoy it will work in it. True. I mean, yeah, that's obvious. I don't know, should you put a variable there? Would that help to do something you want to? Is one type of help Then there's helping people understand concepts. Or letting them know about a method, but giving them the answer will only hurt them. Some things you just can't learn or find out naturally. Yes, I agree with you. A mentor's always going to be better. I 100% agree with you. Yeah. It's like, and they don't know any better. How could they? You were absolutely right about that. I'm a little tired of my peers from college or work acting like I'm a weirdo because I actually enjoy coding and solving problems. Really? Why? Really? Yeah, that sucks. Well, I mean, like, are you in a software engineering position? Maybe you got to put yourself in more of those groups and environments. You'll find groups of developers that love coding. Shipping features is rarely a code problem in my experience. What do you mean by that? I think you can always use AI if you're using it to assist, like reading documentation or understanding topics. If you're using it to copy and paste code, then it won't work. So, yes. AI, like this, and here's the thing. Like, Lane literally has an AI bot for mentorship. He's not completely against AI. Of course he's not. But people take this too far. And that's the problem. Where they use it to generate code, where they use it to build up unhealthy expectations of their managers because they speed up, they maybe get a promotion, but they're entirely leaning on AI, which is not trustworthy in quality of code. And again, like it degrades over time until we get a new model, and then it gets ruined again. Like, the problem is the extremes. It's like being completely against being completely anti-AI can, like, the only people that are going to support that are like completely from an ideological stance of like AI is going to completely destroy humanity sort of people, right? Which there's some truth to that. I don't take out the word completely, and it's going to destroy humanity in some way over time. It will. But like, there is a middle ground all the time. And what often isn't discussed, and this is Twitter, of course it's not discussed here, but like what often isn't discussed is the nuance. How do you use it? I think using it to generate code is a very dangerous, slippery slope. I think using it to solve your problems is a very dangerous, slippery slope. How we use it matters. Using it as, so I think Sheriff is against this, but I do think AI is like an incredibly helpful mentor with the right prompt. I think AI is how so many self-taught developers who desperately need mentorship, who don't have a lot of money, are going to make the self-taught path successful. Derek, is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. Is it better than a real mentor, like a human mentor? Absolutely not. But I think we need, like, people are going to do this anyways, and I think we need to come up with the right prompts to be able to help them utilize this in a way that's going to help them grow as a software engineer, help them build good habits, and not block that, not create a really unhealthy mindset and a broken mindset as a developer. So I do think AI as a mentor is still incredibly helpful given the right prompts. I think you could always use AI if you're using it to assist. Oh, I read that. I think that as documentation, targeted uses is going to be really fun. Yeah, a way to learn not to do the thinking. I don't know what that means. RE shipping. I spend 90% of my time trying things, figuring out what I want. Implementation isn't the bottleneck. Yeah. You operate from a place with less direction, though. A lot of teams don't. A lot of developers don't have that autonomy. So you are doing more critically, and you will get more of that in the startup world, but not nearly as much as you have right now. So, because there are conventions set, there are established code bases, and there's a lot of implementation of the way to go about things that is kind of already set in larger companies. You will have a little bit more autonomy in startups. But again, like, I guess what is the relevance to that? AI Mentor, I think ChatGPT is great for that, but people need to know how to do it. Yes. Yep. What to ask about a roadmap. Yep. 100%. You know, it'd be a good live stream. Experimenting with that. And what's up, Gene? How you doing? I think it would be a really good live stream to experiment with going through and just like kind of acting like I'm at different stages as a junior developer and getting help and then testing out prompts. Like undo, regenerate with like a new type of question or rephrase my question. I think I want to take like a live stream or two to play around with that because it would be really helpful to get people to really know how to use it the right way. That'd be a really good stream. That'd be really helpful. Actually, I'm going to mark that down. I'll see when I can get to it. Okay. I will add that. Let's go. All right, we're done with this. We continue forward. Good discussion. All right, so duplicates. Players are complaining that they aren't able to see their collections easily. Currently, every collectible item is displayed, even the duplicates. Players only want to see each artifact once, even if they have collected more than one of them. Complete the remove duplicates. It accepts a list of strings and removes any duplicate values it should utilize. Return a set, not a list. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's do it. I am stopping myself from using parentheses. I am getting better at that. So for item in list, uniques, add item, turn uniques. Cool. Submit. Let's go. What a chill song after our discussion. The vibes. You can't hear it on YouTube, but on Twitch you can. What's up? Hope you guys are having a good Friday. By the way, happy Friday, everyone. I feel like, so what I've started doing is I just work Monday through Sunday, and then when I want to take a day off, I just take a day off. I think that's working really well for me. I don't feel comfortable taking 2 days off. But I feel like the days just pass by when I have this type of schedule. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm going to test some new stuff this year. Oh, hey, Derek, are you still there? I got a question about this. I didn't go through all the comments, but I would love your opinion. Awesome. You will recognize this post. You recognize that? I saw you in the comments. I just know you're active on Reddit, so I don't know if you remember it. What do you think of this post? You responded. I can look at your responses. As I figured I'd just bring it up since you're here. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But I just wanted to share that I think it's extremely worrisome that this post got 781 likes. This is a community about coding boot camps. And majority of the community don't even want you to ask about a coding boot camp. Does that not worry you? Like, it's okay if majority have a sour taste of coding boot camps and you can have a discussion about that. But with a subreddit focused on coding boot camps, you're not even allowed to ask about a coding boot camp? I think the idea that anything will get you a job, yeah, they shouldn't really be allowed to talk. I think the idea that anything will get you a job, I don't know what that means. Yeah, they shouldn't really be allowed to talk. But the mods have their own agendas. Who shouldn't be allowed to talk? Or you're just like, okay. I'm genuinely worried about, the people that like, okay, so the people that where anything will get you a job shouldn't be allowed to talk. Okay. And you think majority of the people in that subreddit are that, like anything will get you a job or something like that. So I am genuinely worried about, I don't know, like, if Michael plays a big part of this, but like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I think this subreddit is going to fuck over a lot of developers. Like, this is a completely broken mindset. Okay, I get what you're saying. So I think my concern with this post is like in a coding bootcamp subreddit, completely like trying to bully people into not even asking the question. And then this sentence right here, I have friends who are unemployed looking for jobs. You will not come close to their experience. Like, this is like, to tell new developers this, like, this is actual gatekeeping. This is so you're always going to get people like this. I think my deep concern, because there is a lot of people in this community, is that it got 781 upvotes. Even within this sentence in, like, oh yeah, everyone's like struggling for a job. Like, this essentially implies like, yeah, junior developers, you're fucked. Yeah, my friends who are I'm in Silicon Valley and my friends are unemployed looking for jobs, they're struggling. Good luck. Like, that's how this comes off. This obviously this message is trash. But the fact that it got 781 upvotes, I think this subreddit needs to be shut down. I think Michael was a big part of why it turned into a trash community. And I am genuinely worried for like so many people that find this subreddit. I don't honestly, like, I can't just blame. I think Michael played a big part in it with every single conversation he turned into. It was like, I have to articulate how I want to describe the effect that he's had. So I'm going to stop there because I want to like be charitable with Michael. I like Michael. I talk with him. But like, I do think the mods have completely fucked this community and are fucking over people coming into this community. I think his vendetta with Codesmith has gone too far. Like, I think it has. I don't know. I'll talk to Michael more about it if he wants to talk. I'm not going to like keep going off on Michael. But I do think this community needs to be shut down. It's time to be shut down, our new mods. Like, this is not helping anyone at this point. I saw the comments and like, I saw some of the comments. I didn't read all of them, but this is just, I don't know. This is deeply concerning to me. Like, I used to just kind of antagonize the r/coding bootcamp community because there were some toxic people like really building up in it. But like, this is just, I hope people don't come across these kind of communities. I hope they find more healthier ones. So I just want to hear your opinion on that, but I don't know. I feel like there's some strange luck in getting a job. I started out in QA because of the lead of the test. I don't believe, like, I think if you're like talking about luck in any sort of capacity, like, there's a lot more situations where like everyone is going to experience opportunities. Are you prepared to take advantage of them? I think luck is a trash word. Like, yeah, technically, could you like probably label some situations as luck? There are probably situations like that where in reality, you're just not identifying the variables that have led you to that point and led you to be prepared or not prepared to be able to take advantage of that opportunity. I think luck in terms of getting a job is another word that needs to just be tossed from your vocabulary. I think it hurts people more than it helps people. The concepts of boot camps is inherently bad or evil. There are bad actors, yes. These people are just angry and projecting. My friends called me dumb for blind applying for no internal referrals, but that's where all the interviews came from. I don't get any dev uncles to get me in like they did. Coding is a huge field. It's not just one software engineering job. Yes, very true. Yeah. Like, and I'll say this. I said this in my Discord. I'm actually kind of irritated at my Discord right now. That's besides the point. I will, like, this type of personality, having friends, I can almost guarantee you that their skill level isn't what's preventing them from getting jobs. If this is the case, if this is all real, this type of personality is going to struggle getting a job. The friends of this type of personality is going to struggle getting a job. It's probably something else besides their hard skills. So that's also something to keep in mind. So yeah, I know people who got jobs this week, self-taught. They get jobs every week. Yeah, I 100%, yes. And I see that as well. But he has a vendetta against CodeSmith. He doesn't really make any sense because his company specifically helps developers get jobs. I think he's taking it personally. Yeah, I think he's been burned, and I think he's taking it personally. I think that's what it is. And he's very, very, he's like a dog with a bone. Again, Michael, you see this? I like you. You're welcome to reach out. But the direction, like I see all the posts that turn into like talking about CodeSmith that had literally nothing to do with it. It just, there's just, I think it's like something, CodeSmith probably like fucked him over in some way. And he's just irritated at it. I know he has like a gripe with them, but like that's got to stop. It's ruined the subreddit. It has. It's clearly a conflict of interest, but oh well. Yep, and he claims it isn't. And I've talked to him. I know it is slightly. Of course it is. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. But like I'm genuinely more worried about this subreddit. I don't think it's going to get any better. It needs new mods or it needs shut down. I think that's what needs to happen. That's fair. Yeah, I did get a job in the interview too. Just felt lucky I got the interview. And you could feel lucky, but like the problem when you keep attributing things to luck is like you kind of put off just a little bit what you did to get there and what actions you took that influenced you to be better prepared for that opportunity and for more opportunities to come your way. The thing I hate about luck is it creates a victim mindset instead of an ownership mindset. When people claim luck for things, that's what it does. You don't think it does, but subconsciously, I guarantee you that's what it does. That's why I hate the word luck, especially when it comes to achieving things. And a lot of projects, etc., even if they weren't amazing. Okay. So those are things to identify, like things that helped you stand out. I haven't announced it yet, but I have kind of come around to a module-based style of school instead of a boot camp. Have you? Module-based? What do you mean by module-based? Do you know about sockets? Yes. What's up, William? I mean, kind of. It's been a while. I got to set that up. I have it set up in my Twitch Sprout project. Sometimes people lose their 220K job and they can't get another one like that, but that's not the same as being able to get a job. Yes. Details. That's nuance, Derek. No. No. You are part of this subreddit. There is no nuance allowed in that subreddit. No. Stop that. That is too constructive. I wouldn't be the mod for a poisonous food sub because I don't like that. I don't think you should be a mod either. I don't think you'd be a good mod there. I think you'd try to be. But I also think Michael tried to be. I honestly do not think an owner of any sort of educational program should be a mod in that r/coding bootcamp. I think maybe, I'm not saying that's the only trait we should look for, but I think at this point to restore that, we need to completely strip all leaders of the coding bootcamp space and like really strive for objectivity. What about system calls? What are these questions for, William? No. I like maybe I just haven't really used that term. I have no idea. But like what are the questions getting at? What do you mean by syscall? Yeah, I think you're right. I think viewing it as an opportunity and seizing it is a much better it's way better. It's way better. Again, like highly recommend. Start reading. Man into Symbols. I think it's interesting. There are a lot of books that will focus on kind of like understanding your subconscious. But I think people just go about life and they don't even care how it affects them. I wouldn't be involved in something if I hated it, like the people there seem to be. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Like, there are a lot of people that just hate it. They hate the industry. They hate what's happening with the industry. They hate the market. They're frustrated. And they just go to Reddit to, like, spread that hate. Like, they're venting. I think some people are venting. But it just becomes a toxic ball of hate that serves no one at a certain point. Shut it down. William, what is the point of the questions? I'll ask you one more time. What is the point of, like, why am I being interviewed? What is the point of the questions? Random, but has anyone ever tried? No, I have not. All right. That's it. I just want your opinion. Thanks for sharing. Man, dude, you know what I'd like to see? Like, literally, because I like Formation. I think it's interesting. I like the people at Formation, and I think it really provides real value. But there's like a whole other side of like it's really Formation being involved in that subreddit that I think it just needs to get cut out. I think a fun video concept, Boot.dev, would be like after you finish the module, then try and make something outside of the sandbox. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm hoping that, like, I do think this does that. But I would, like, Scrimba kind of does that. I would be curious, like, how it's going to be different to Scrimba, but you have your solo projects, right? Where it's, like, no guide whatsoever, but you have the design. And you, like, understand the product that you're trying to build. Is that kind of what you're talking about? I don't know if Boot.dev has that or not. I haven't gotten to the solo projects yet. All right. Let's keep going. Vowels. You've been hired by a blogging company, and they're asking you to analyze one of their recent posts to determine the number of vowels present in their paragraphs. Complete the vowels. You should take a string, return a count of the number of vowels within the given string, and a set of its unique vowels. The challenge: we are only interested in the 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U. And their capitalized versions. In addition, treat uppercase and lowercase vowels as separate. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We'll get that. I got to head to the office and go do some coding. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. Have a good one, man. Gotcha. I see what you're saying, Sheriff. All right. Okay, I think William's just... I like people that just like type in chat and completely ignore what I'm saying. It's like, this is spam in my chat. I don't... What are you doing? Go away, William. All right. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about or blockers about becoming a web dev, feel free to ask in chat. Happy to chat about anything. I do enjoy the discussion. I like that this section is a little bit shorter, for sure. I'm actually going to do like a 1-minute ad break on Twitch to get rid of the pre-rolls. But, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, over an hour has passed already. There we go. Disabled for 21 minutes. Good song, too. All right, so you've been hired. Oh. You've been hired by a blogging company, and they are asking you to analyze one of the recent posts. Okay, so we have vowels. Count the number of vowels. So, in addition, treat uppercase and lowercase vowels as separate. So, I mean, we're not, like, this is supposed to be a challenge for set. What would we use set for? We're not using set. Okay. Yeah, I just can't think of why we would use set. I guess I'm assuming that we are going to be using set. Okay, so we have a dictionary. We're just adding to that. We are returning what? And return a count of the number of vowels within the given string. We have a dictionary. Okay. So I guess what I'm thinking of is oh, do we need this in Python? I forgot. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. So we have vowels, a equals 0. Let me just run this. Hello? Do we break it already? What? A is not defined. Okay, so we need this. Cool. All right, so we have A, E, Is there like a 2 lowercase? Wait. What do you mean? In addition, oh, wait. Oh. We're not counting the number of times a vowel is used. We're counting literally the number of vowels in the text. We are using a set. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Absolute, thanks for the follow. Welcome on Twitch. Can we, like, what happens when we do this with a string? Yo, let's go. Hell yeah. I don't think it's case sensitive with the set. What are we expecting? In addition, treat It should take a string and return a count of the number of vowels within the given set and a set of the unique vowels. All right, so. Okay, so it's wrong. I'm not even determining if it's a vowel. I'm literally just adding it. Okay. Is there... Okay. No, do we have to... I just don't want my dictionary to be that large. So we have Python. So just a native string lower. S lower, perfect. You know what we can do? Honestly? Like, I think it's going to be, you know, you're going to iterate through the loop more often, but that's fine. Why am I'm not even thinking. I'm literally not using my brain. A-E-I-O. Dude, I can't wait to just finally go to sleep tonight. Should finally be back on track. So if, nope, no parentheses. If, like, can't we do something like this? In a set of the unique vowels. I mean, it's just a number. This is fine. Why? Why would this only trigger 5 times? Nope, not a duplicate. Find and list. Okay. That's what I have, right? Oh, I have a 4? If, no. 4 letter into, no, I don't have a 4. If letter lower. This converts it to lower, right? Oh, wait, what are we doing? So we have the set, but we have no count. Cool. Passed. What's up, Commandos? Your dictionary approach was hot, in my opinion. Are you talking about, like, when I was doing this? Are you saying you would have preferred that, or are you saying this? Hey, Don, how's it going? I'm more of a network engineer, track professionally, but I love backend. Trying to stay with you on your Python journey. Well, welcome, man. You are welcome to join us on my Python journey. Thank you. How's the network engineering track going? What's up, Pseudo? What's up, Livestream? How you guys doing? Happy Friday. How goes the Python? Goes pretty well. We got into, 2 conversations. Good conversations previously. You can watch it on YouTube. But yeah, essentially brought up r/coding bootcamp and the shit storm of that place. And oh my God. If you want to be depressed about the industry, if you want to be depressed and feel hopeless and like just, not be allowed to ask questions and without getting bullied out of the subreddit, like go to r/coding bootcamp. Brought that up. I'm almost like at this point, just like I kind of want to recommend people stay away from all programming subreddits. I know that's not true for everyone, but at least the popular ones. Good discussions today, though. How goes the Python? It's going pretty good. Just for your information, you should be able to use if letter lower in. Yes. Yeah, you got it before I did. Python set and list are different. I don't think that had anything to do with it, though. Because I know set it. It's just unique values, unordered. This is a list. Did I say something to reflect that I was like switching them up? But yeah, what I was doing is I literally was just like, oh, no, I get it. You thought like, I don't even think my thinking went that far. I just wasn't thinking. I get it. Yeah, because you're like, oh, maybe he's assuming you're trying to add all of the letters to the used vowels. And no, I didn't even get that far. Yep. Or I was using length. Gotcha. Oh, wait. No, I could still use length, though. Oh, never mind. I thought we were talking about the same thing. Yeah, whatever. I was using length. You are right about that. But we got it. We got a count now. Let's go to the last problem. Differences. The fantasy Quest team merge some of the servers together, but the merge didn't go perfectly. The resulting lists have duplicates and missing IDs. We need to clean up the duplicates and find the missing IDs. Complete the finding missing IDs function. It accepts 2 lists as an input and returns a new list of all the IDs present in the first list, but not the second. Make sure to remove any duplicates. Okay. So we are... Wait, what are we doing? We are just looping through first IDs. The first for the second. I'm so tired. Get through it. We got one more problem. So we're just looping through the first IDs and checking if it's in second IDs. And if it's not in second IDs, we add it to a set, right? If ID what's the syntax of it? Not in second IDs? Then missing IDs dot add ID. No. Okay, let me just make sure I got the logic right. So we have missing IDs. It's expecting to return a list of all the IDs here that aren't in here. So we loop through, grab the ID, and we essentially just want to say not in. Python. What am I? Okay, let me look at the output. Oh, we're returning actually, I just looked at the output. Accepts 2 lists as an input, returns a new list. Okay. I wonder if there's like a native method to convert to a list. But our variable names, are you not supposed to use camel case? Do I just keep using camel case for Python? I mean, okay, yeah, we'll just do it this way. I'll look it up later. List of missing IDs. No. I don't think the variable names are the best. All right, let's go. What's up, Jeremy? Python culturally is lean snake case, not camel case. Okay, I'm gonna stop using camel case. I will stop using it. We're not breaking conventions. Python does it lean more towards quotes or like double quotes rather than single? Because I know JavaScript specifically leans single quotes for the most part. You'll see a difference, but I'm wondering what like Python is. Ah, snake case like the Python. I like that. That makes sense. Way of the snake. But for the if statement, you could use just a normal string rather than a list. Both are right. Okay. I'd have to go back to that. We leave tonight. What's up? How you doing? What course? We are going through Boot.dev. We're going through the Python one, the very first one. Sounds good, Pseudo. What's up, Jessa? How you doing? Happy Friday. Course is going well. We just completed. Do you guys... I wonder if there is a way to like convert a set to an array easily rather than looping through it. Like JavaScript or Python set to array. No. There's no list. What? Oh, list? Is that a set? Or is that a dictionary? Well, it's not a dictionary. It's a set. Okay. Go, let's go. Let's trim it up. And then Pseudo said something for this. Sets and dictionaries both use curlies in Python. Okay. I mean, do they? Like if you're creating a new set... Like something equals sets. Aren't you like 1, 2, 3? What do you mean curly braces? How do you create a new set with default values? Actually, yeah, you're probably right. So the curly braces actually is how you create a set with default values. Oh. But yeah, happy Friday. How are you doing, Jessa? I was taught double in school months ago. Hopefully that's correct. What do you mean double? He's talking about tuples, I think. Oh, he's talking about tuples? Could be off. You get 33 levels from course 1. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Yeah. Level 33. Hell yeah. So again, you mentioned init set needs a constructor. Okay, write the syntax. Because didn't you mention... Was it you that mentioned it? Who mentioned like curly braces for sets? Sets and dicts both use curly braces in Python. Can you give the exact syntax that you are talking about to use curly braces with a set? Like what exactly are you talking about? Just write it in chat because I'm confused. I was thinking about learning through Boot.dev, but I wasn't sure about it. Thank you for going through it. You're welcome. You are absolutely welcome. And, keep in mind it's free. You could try it out, right? The interactive stuff is paid. This is free. What are you doing after this? I am working. I'm working until I get too tired of work, and then I'm calling it. I'm going to bed early tonight. Yeah, just working. So it's like, it sounds like is a set literal in Python. So there are two ways to create sets, if I understand correctly. And then something .add and start adding values, but there's no way to add default values to it. And then you're saying like something to equals like that, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay, but there's no way to add default values to this. Okay, that's how we got it. Makes sense. All right, cool. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. All right, cool. And then Pseudo had mentioned, but for the if statement, you could use just a normal string rather than a list in here. This is our only if statement. What are you talking about? You could just use a normal string rather than a list. Both are right. How would you check it? Like you need some sort of a normal string. Oh, so you're saying like this. A, E, I, O, U in vowels. Ah, yeah, you could do that. Yeah. I don't know if I like this better. I don't know which is faster for lookup, but I think this makes more sense if we have 5 values we're checking for. Maybe it's less readable for like people might prefer the other one because it's just more readable. Yeah, B, okay, is an empty dictionary literal, not a set. Oh, it's okay. Then I'm just confused at this point. Okay, so that'll work. So B curly brace is an empty dictionary literal, not a set. If you reply an empty set, it will write reply an empty set. I don't think I think I'm gonna go with what Jeremy said. I appreciate the help. I feel like you're just confusing me more. So I'm going to explain this very clearly, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. So we have something equals set. That's a way to create a set. Something 2 equals 1, 2, 3. That's a way to create a set. We have something 3 equals 1. Or, well, we'll just say this. Obviously, that's going to be a dictionary, but that's a dictionary. So we have a set, and we have a dictionary. Is this true or false? And then Jeremy is saying, like something for equals set.
Hey, listen.
Yo, Frozen Fusion coming in with a sub on Twitch. Yo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I can't even click your name. Hold on. Yep, true. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I understand that then. Yeah, anyways, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate that. Why? I guess you can't like open up names on the actual notification. Okay. I thought you could. Okay, cool. I understand this. And this is good to know too. I like this. I don't know if I like having both of these. I think that's confusing. I like Python because it seems like there's kind of like a minimum way to do things. Is that a true statement? First of all, I like the syntax. I don't like the scope. But I do think it's like Python is more readable than JavaScript. I think it's way more readable. Scoping is tricky in Python. It's true. Yeah, because it's like, if you have a... Tell me if I'm wrong here, but like for item in something, if we're going to have a counter or like, we can establish... I don't know if a loop is a good example. Because... I always get confused because you don't have to establish the variable initially. But with... So functions have scope. Loops lose scope. Like you can dig into the variable within a loop. Conditionals... There were like two things where you can... Like JavaScript would lock that to that local scope, where in Python, you can go outside of it and reach in. I think it was for loops and conditionals. Let's do a conditional. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, if 1 equals 1, we also want to set message to yo. We smart. And then we could print message and get message, yo, we smart, right? You think it's easier on the eyes? You think the difference in scope is easier on the eyes? Or are you saying Python is easier on the eyes? Because I think this is worse. I think this is way worse. Don't give me this scope. I don't feel like this is normal. Like, don't, or give me access to this scope. I don't feel like it's normal. This is weird. My name is Ernesto. Ah, new to being a programmer from being in a supply chain. Oh, okay, for 15 years you're transferring over. Well, welcome, Ernesto. Welcome, man. How's your journey going? Oh, the syntax itself? Okay. Okay. What else do we have to do? We have errors, challenges, and quiz. I'm actually excited to go into the learn shells and terminals. I'm sure I'm going to learn some stuff. I don't think I was ever good with this. In fact, I thought like I was going to get fired. Like this is one of the reasons I was going to get fired with my first dev position, just being so bad at this. So I feel like I'm actually going to learn quite a bit that's going to be useful no matter what language I go with. Yes, sysadmin. Script is ready for it. Only 3 things create a scope in Python. Global functions. Oh, global functions and classes. Okay. We haven't worked with classes yet. I practically live in the terminal. I want to live in the terminal. You're a Linux Andy? We'll get there. But I do think I could really get a lot better with it. And I'm looking forward to that. All right, I think that's it. I have nothing more to do. I'm going to take a break there. I'm super tired. Again, this whole week I've been tired, but I wanted to get through it. I want to make progress. And yeah, we'll come back on Monday, 4 p.m. Central Time. We'll continue pushing forward. We still have 3 chapters to go in Python. It's obvious that this is a very long course. And we're going to be going over some of this. This is probably, I don't know, like this is like a 12-month journey. Who knows? But then we're going to go learn shells and terminals, learn Git, and then we'll finally get to test out our Python skills. And it looks like we got some class stuff here. Get some rest. Have a good weekend. I will. I'll start on mine. That sounds good. It's a good place. Very cozy. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty cozy. I like it. All right. Well, I will like it even more when I dive into it, but I already like it. All right, guys. I can't take anymore. Have a good Friday. Happy Friday. Good luck on all of your projects. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take care.